Today's video is top 10 celebrities who got locked up in prison in 2023. Halfway through the year, and I'm only now learning about half of these arrests. Can you relate? Let me know in the comments below which celeb from our list today shocked you the most. Starting off with number 10, Jonathan Majors. Jonathan is a famous American actor who has starred in classic films like Creed 3, Avengers, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was heavily praised for his incredible talent at portraying each and every one of these roles. So if you love this Marvel star, you'll be hurt to hear that in March of 2023, Jonathan was arrested for assaulting and physically mistreating a woman. The woman would later be identified as his partner at the time. After his arrest went public, more and more women began to come forward about their past romantic relationships with Jonathan, all of which claimed that he was violent and physically mistreated them as well. The additional victims have been cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and are going to assist and testify in court. After the accusations came to light, Jonathan was dropped by many agencies and most likely will never be featured in any future Marvel films, which makes great sense as huge companies like Disney and Marvel probably don't want to be associated or accused of supporting a person who has committed such awful crimes. Moving on to number 9, Lil TJ. Lil TJ is an American rapper and singer. He first rose to fame back in 2017 with his hit song Resume. However, it was when he released his hit song Brothers that he finally made a breakthrough into the music industry. It was this song that led him to sign with Columbia Records later that year. Since then, he has continued to release hit songs and has even been featured in songs with rapper Polo G and Pop Smoke. Everything was looking good for the young rapper, but that was only until he was arrested on January 16th of 2023. He was arrested on charges relating to possession of an illegal weapon. He was on his way to film a music video with a fellow New York City rapper Ice Spice when he was arrested following a traffic stop in the Bronx. The officers found a deadly weapon in TJ's car, which led to his arrest. However, his attorney is claiming that he was arrested on false allegations. She claims that TJ was just a passenger in the car, and that car was not his, nor was the weapon either. She also said that the car was parked legally on the street, meaning the traffic stop was not valid, and that the police gave no reason for searching the vehicle once they arrived. He is now out of prison. At number 8, we have Donald Trump. Donald Trump is already a pretty controversial person, and his presidency did not help his image at all. So when he was voted out back in January of 2021, an investigation opened up to dig into his possible attempt to interfere with the votes. He didn't want to lose power, so many, including the authorities, believe that he may have tried to cheat the system, but his attempts clearly failed. But it doesn't end there. In April of 2023, he was arrested in New York for another allegation. He was accused of 34 counts of falsifying business accounts, which was related to him making hush money payments to adult star Stormy Daniels. But wait guys, it doesn't end there again. In June of 2023, he was arrested once again, but this time in Miami. He was facing 37 criminal charges for mishandling classified documents. According to insiders, he allegedly concealed these documents at his Mar-a-Lago residence. Some of the documents even included sensitive national defense information, which means if they were to be discovered and get into the wrong hands, it could have ended really badly. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Moving on to number 7, Greta Thunberg. Greta is a Swedish climate change activist who is known for challenging world leaders and for encouraging them to take immediate action against climate change. Greta's activism began when she persuaded her parents to change their lifestyle in ways that would reduce their carbon footprint. Greta was born in 2003 and is currently 20 years old. Considering her young age, it's pretty shocking to learn that she had countless run-ins with the law. While protesting against the expansion of a coal mine that would destroy a village in Germany, Greta was arrested after she refused to move away from the mine. She and her fellow activists were dragged away by police and were detained. This all took place in January of 2023. However, she was released that same day. There is currently a video online of Greta being carried away by police, and she still managed to look completely unbothered by the arrest. The video received a lot of attention and she was called an icon because of it. This wasn't her first run-in with the law and most certainly won't be her last. At number 6, we have Dani Alves. If you're a soccer lover, then you'll of course know who Dani Alves is, but if not, allow me to give you some context. Dani was a Brazilian soccer star who played as a defender for the team. And if you're wondering, his jersey number was 13. However, his career as a professional soccer player came to an end when his contract was terminated. This was because he was arrested in Spain on January 20th, 2023. He was arrested after an unnamed woman filed a police report accusing him of physically mistreating her without her consent in a Barcelona nightclub on New Year's Eve. Dani denied all accusations and even said, "Everybody knows that I love to dance, having a good time, but without invading the space of others. I'm very sorry, but I don't know who that young lady is. I don't know who she is. I've never seen her in my life." end quote. But he later changed his story to say that he and the woman did have relations, but he claims they were all consensual. He said he lied in his original story to hide his affair from his wife. However, prosecutors still asked that Danny be thrown in jail without bail. A judge even reportedly said that there is more than enough evidence to charge the soccer player. Moving on to number 5, Andy Dick. As many said online, it's not every day that a celebrity really lives up to their name, but Andy Dick really did. Andy was arrested in January of 2023 in California after law enforcement received a call about an intoxicated man. Now, Andy's case is a unique one because he's been in legal trouble many times. Some of the charges he's had over the years include possession of illegal substances, assault, and sexual battery. And his most recent arrest in January was only 8 months after he was just arrested for stealing power tools. Like, who steals power tools out of all things? It was reported that Andy had been causing some trouble at a bar when the cops were called. When the police arrived at the scene, they found Andy heavily intoxicated and even discovered that he hadn't registered as a blank offender. So he was immediately put into handcuffs and taken down to the station. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if he stayed there. At number 4, we have Bam Margera. Bam was an on-screen skateboarder and starred in the famous Jackass film series. It was clear to his fans and the audience that Bam was a bit too chaotic, but he was also a good guy. However, Bam sadly began to battle with addiction, which caused him to spiral and sadly get fired from the 2022 Jackass Forever film. In March of 2023, Bam was arrested for kicking a woman who was reportedly his partner at the time. In April the following month, he allegedly even made death threats to his brother, who he then punched in the face. After the incident, police were called, but Pam managed to escape and flee. After 3 days of being on the loose, Pam turned himself into police. In June of 2023, Bam began to send extremely disturbing messages to his family and friends. So disturbing that his family decided that it would be in his best interest if he was placed on a psychiatric hold for not only his but everyone's safety. Upon being released, Pam entered a rehab facility in hopes of getting the help he needed. Moving on to number 3, Matt Schultz. Matt is an American singer, songwriter, and musician. He is best known as the lead singer and occasional guitarist for the American rock band Cage the Elephant. This band has released hit songs like Come a Little Closer and Cigarette Daydreams. I mean, the band has really risen to fame in just the past few years. But Matt may have ruined the band's image a bit as he was arrested in January of 2023. He was arrested outside the Bowery Hotel in New York City for criminal possession of a weapon and criminal possession of a firearm, both of which are major felonies in the States. The incident began when the police were called one night when a hotel worker saw Matt holding a firearm in a hotel bathroom on the first floor. When police arrived at the scene, they immediately rushed to his room. It was at this moment that Matt confessed to having not only one but 2 firearms. However, when police asked him if he had still had the weapons, he reportedly said he didn't know, which is an obvious concern for public safety, as a person doesn't just forget where they've placed a firearm. The police obtained a search warrant and conducted a thorough search of his room. That is when they found 2 firearms in his hotel room. And get this, they were fully loaded too, which to me is pretty concerning. He took up a plea deal and he has since been released from prison. At number 2, we have Ezra Miller. Ezra is a widely loved and famous American actor. They have starred in the show We Need to Talk About Kevin and even the classic film The Perks of Being a Wallflower. But it wasn't until their role in DC's show The Flash that they gained major attention from all across the world. However, Ezra didn't exactly live up to their superhero character as The Flash, as they were arrested in January of 2023 for unlawful trespassing regarding a 2022 incident in which they allegedly stole liquor bottles from someone's home. They had originally also been charged with burglary, but as part of the plea deal, those charges were dropped. A Vermont courtroom did find them guilty of trespassing charges though. As part of their plea deal, if Ezra violates their 1-year probation in any way, the additional charges will be brought back. They managed to avoid any real jail time, but had to pay a $500 fine. The actor was arrested previously a few times back in 2022 for getting aggressive with an officer, disorderly conduct, and assault, but they have managed to stay out of trouble as of recently. And finally, at number 1, Haley Pulas. Haley is an American actress. She is best known for her role as Molly Lansing Davis in the American daytime soap opera General Hospital. Although that is where she got her fame from, she also played Bella in the expanding universe of Ashley Garcia. But despite playing a role in a show about a hospital, she managed to get herself sued for actually putting someone else in the hospital. In April 2023, Haley was involved in a car accident in Pasadena, California. She reportedly swerved into ongoing traffic and hit another car. While she was fine, the other driver was severely injured. When the emergency emergency services arrived, Haley allegedly even struck a firefighter. Her breath even allegedly smelled of liquor, indicating she may have been driving under the influence. She later even fought the hospital staff as well. Haley was arrested for a DUI and was required to attend rehab. Shortly after this arrest, it was announced that Haley's role would be recasted on General Hospital, and in June she was sued by the injured driver. Well, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below which celeb from our list today shocked you the most.